Chicken piccata, side salad. Do either one of you know it?
That sounds so familiar, but I have no idea.
Chicken piccata, side salad.
My son shows me, like, all week long, he saves these TikToks just to show me because he thinks, it's shit he think I'll think is funny. Well, it's from The Office. They go out. They all go out to dinner with it's James Spader.
Yeah,
and he's like the big dick, and he orders first, and that's what he orders. So they all order the same thing.
Yeah,
but they all say it in a different way. Like it gets somebody's like, I think I'll start with a side salad, and you know what? I'll do the chicken piccata.
Right. So it's just all following his lead.
So I asked Logan earlier. I go, I got to think of something to say. He goes, chicken piccata, side salad. I don't think he thought I'd do it. I did it.
There you go, Logan. That one's for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, hey, welcome back.
Yeah, buddy. How are you?
I'm great. I'm fantastic. Back for another one here.
It's a little warm in here. It's a little warm outside.
It is a little warm outside, which has been going on for the last few weeks. I feel like I just run through about 3 shirts a day.
Corn sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, poor you. I don't. And I still feel like that. Like I take the dog outside for 10 minutes. I'm like, well, that was fun. Now I need to take a shower.
Yeah.
So,
yep. Like half the time I just put the hose on myself after I'm done. There we go. I'll just clean myself.
Wait, so they get some work done and get a show.
Yeah, you betcha.
Wet t-shirt contest starring
total
Sean.
package. Okay, it is a total package.
And ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't even charge extra for that.
You may not like what you see, but you're gonna get it.
No, you don't get it. Yeah.
But anyways, for those of you that are with us every week, welcome back. Grab your drink and party along with us. For those that are new, welcome. Have some fun with us. Grab a drink and go along. My name is Sean.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Eric.
And we're back
on the We're Still Cool, Right? podcast.
We're still cool, right?
We are.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some days I feel real cool.
But we said it. Like, that's another thing. Like in the movies when they say the title, you're like, they said it. They did it. They did the thing. Yeah.
It's like a drinking game.
So I don't know, like, if you guys run into this at all, but just earlier today, I was over at the old tobacco outlet next door.
Oh, reliable.
Yep. And
still don't have any ice.
So the lady there's just like, okay, you're always in here. Like, and I was like, yeah, we record a podcast back over here. The guy behind me is like, oh, you record a podcast? Like, what's the podcast called? We're Still Cool, right? He goes, oh, I get it. Like, do you ever get people like, I'm always worried that they're not going to understand the title.
Yeah.
Like when I tell people,
because I remember when we did the name of it, like, I think it was Sean had the good point where he's like, we're cool. Because it kind of sounds like we're all still cool. We're all still getting on. It's like, no, that's not. Yeah, so I actually haven't had anyone said like they get it. Everyone's just kind of gotten it. So
yeah, they're like, "What's it about?" And I'm like, "It's 40-year-old dads just wondering if we're still cool."
Yeah. And knowing we are, but then constantly being like, "Never mind, I was wrong."
We step into it, we step out of it. We step into it, we step out of it.
That's a really good point. We do that a lot. It's the hokey pokey.
We live on the edge here.
We do,
not in that cool way.
With that being said, like we have talked about getting a new intro.
We have
for the podcast. So if anybody is interested,
so
email us. We want some. We're kind of thinking like 1-900 number sultry voice,
sexy sultry, So if any of you have that, please email us. And I'm not going to call it a competition, but we will have you in and we'll have you record a little jingle or, just a little intro, nothing crazy.
Even if you can fake it really well, you know.
And women, I hear you can, so. But
maybe that'll make us cool.
Yeah. I think so. We talked a little bit before the podcast. So I had a buddy in high school who his mom had the hottest voice in the world. And I'm not kidding. They'd go out of town and we'd still call that phone number just to hear it again. And she changed it with like every season. And like, so it always sticks out to me where she'd be like, happy fall. And she's like, we're gone, but I think you'll catch us again. And I'm like, oh my God, stop it.
Oh man, that reminds me.
Minx.
We were in college and we had something, voicemail because we had an answering machine because nobody had cell phones. Or they were just kind of starting to come around, and we had a house phone, and we put on there like we're doing a sexy contest, leave a good message.
Really?
One of my roommates, his girlfriend's mom calls, and she's like, "Oh, that's an interesting message you boys have." And we're like, "Delete it."
Oh my God! Or she calls in like from Minnesota, just don't you know I could do that? You're like,
she's like, "Oh, boys."
I've never been softer.
Fun's
like,
over.
Oh, there we go. That's over.
And then did you call me like, dude, your mom totally buzzkilled the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Why's she even calling here?
Yeah. Plot twist. He told her to. He's like, just ruin it for him. Call in and say hello.
We thought we were, man, God, we thought we were cool.
Yeah.
Well,
We actually were then, though, I think.
Maybe.
You're as cool as you feel. We're
There
cool.
you go. I
But
got
yeah,
it.
anyone that has hey, even dudes, if you can sound like a sexy, sultry chick, that'd be even funnier.
Good with it.
But yeah, shoot us an email or a message, and we have a little intro we want recorded. So I don't have a super manly voice, I don't think, but I don't have a girl voice either. So
That's
okay, maybe I do, because the way they just looked at me said otherwise. You know what? Fuck you guys. You know what? Speaking of fuck you guys,
small wins. Small wins.
yeah. Taking my mic and I'm going home. Hey, so let's get into this
I was going to say,
drink.
we're lined up with drinks here.
because I get to say why I already had to tell Eric to go fuck himself.
It's pretty bad before it even starts recording.
Before he even got here.
We started on a bad note today.
Right, so, Eric, what did you?
All right.
God, what did
And
you
then I'll
make for
explain
us?
why I had to say what I said to you.
Okay.
Okay, this doesn't have a name. We can make one.
Oh,
up
I'll
after
make
we
one.
drink it. But I follow a guy on TikTok, and he is very entertaining when he does these. But he gets people, and they just comment, and he picks a day and he does them. And
No matter what it is, kind of thing.
yeah, he'll
So
he'll just do
they
it.
like make suggestions to
yeah,
him, then
they're
he
like,
makes a
"Try
drink and
this."
take. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The most entertaining part, like his personality is awesome, but he mixes the drink with like random ass shit every time, and then just chucks it
Is
behind
this to
him.
do with a
I've
big
seen
beard?
that.
Yes,
And
yes.
he'll do it with like scissors and stuff like that. I've
Yeah.
seen. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And-
All
You've
right.
seen it.
Yeah.
This is one of his.
And he hates Malort, and there's like this cherry whiskey he hates. If it's the guy I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great.
So,
I mean, we definitely don't want to steal anybody's stuff, but if you want to send us stuff to try, we're down for it.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
we've had some friends send stuff, and
Right,
some of
I
them
guess-
we'd already
I
done,
guess
or
that-
it was
yeah.
in the. But yeah, we definitely take those recommendations. So
Yeah.
this one is Jack Daniel's honey, cream soda,
Sounds great.
and wash your sister sauce.
Fuck you, Eric. So
Mike walks in.
I literally like text him about something like, hey, I'm grabbing this. And he's like, oh, can anyone? Oh, I can't say the other ingredient because that's still a secret for a
Yeah.
different drink. But yeah, he's like, basically imagine wash your sister sauce and something else equally, if not worse. And he's like, can you bring those? And I go, fuck you, Eric. Because I know it's for a drink. And I'm like, find it yourself.
All right.
Brought it
So
anyway.
this is like just a big shot too. Or
Yeah.
Oh, it does. I'm going to be
Yeah,
honest.
so we're doing it
doesn't
like a
smell
shot.
good.
Just down it. Tell me your thoughts. If you want to sip on it, it's fine. I don't care. but
There's no way I'm sipping on it. I'm
think
going
it's-
to let us go.
based
down
on
the
his
hatch.
reaction, it's better than you expect. Based
You
on the
guys go, and I'm going to
ingredients,
narrate your faces, and then right when you guys finish, I'm going to do mine.
so- Okay,
right.
sounds good.
cheers.
Okay, they started. What they don't know is I'm not going to drink this. They can suck my dick. Okay, here I go. Jesus Christ. Oh,
It's not that bad.
It's not good. Jesus
I probably put too much wash your
put too
sister
much wash
sauce.
your-
Yeah, good Lord. A little bit of that goes a long way. So,
I mean, I only did like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 little
all right.
drops,
Well,
squirts, whatever.
dude, it was too much. Think of it this way: when you cook, you don't ever add a lot.
Yeah,
That's
his
like a
was-
pot of chili.
He did like 5 shakes into a smaller glass.
And
so I
he-
was kind of trying to.
Did he say it was
balance
good?
it. Yeah. He was like, what the hell is that? That's really
honestly, I think it would have been good if you didn't have as much. Yeah, the wash your sister stuff. Like otherwise, yeah.
good. I don't know. What,
My eyes
what do
are
you guys
watering.
think of
Mine too. That's my eyes are watering.
Worcestershire sauce? Is like,
Yeah.
But like, ever since I heard somebody call it wash your sister sauce, I can't say it.
Yeah,
That's what I call
It's
it.
a way to do it.
Yeah, it just
But
and
did-
everyone knows it if you because Worcestershire, right?
Worcester. That's what we always used to call
That's
it.
what I used to
Worcestershire.
call it. Yeah, because I didn't know.
Worcestershire or Worcester. Yeah.
Worcestershire.
Yeah.
Someone washed my sister. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
ugh.
Do you like it on things?
I like again if there's a recipe I'm cooking and it
Mm-hmm.
calls for it, like there's like some smoked little bacon things I make and it calls for it like in the glaze. But again, it's a very little amount. Or
I
like
do it
there's
all
a
the time.
chili recipe, but
I do it like when I make burgers, I put it on. Like
Yeah.
I
Do you
I do
really?
seasoning and I put a little of that on there. So like I mean I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
But
Nope.
it feels like
and if I was ever going to, I'm not now. Like it's that put a bad taste in my
Okay.
belly.
Post episode, We'll record one for the Patreon without the Worcestershire.
Or just like with a drop.
little bit.
Yeah, one little drop.
Yeah.
You know, guys,
I could see how that could have been good, but it just tasted like kind of soy sauce to me.
it's very well documented. I like shitty stuff. And now all of a sudden I'm like, that wasn't too bad. I could probably do one again.
Dude, we're
See,
ruining
that's the
your
thing.
palate.
Oh,
It's
I don't
not
know.
so
I think it's coming
I
alive.
didn't think it was that bad.
And for anyone that listened last episode, we knew something bad was coming because we had commented how, man, that's like the 4th drink in a row. That's awesome. And Eric's like, I've got one. I'm like, so today's recipe didn't shock me.
I got a couple more in the bag that are actually like his reaction's pretty bad.
I'm worried about the next one that we're going to have. But this one we got here.
Oh yeah. We
this
have
is
a
our
2-drink
this is
episode.
our actual
This
drink
is
for
a
the
2-drink
podcast.
episode, and this is one we're going to sip throughout it or chug again as you, whatever you please. But like any good group, we got a chat group going, and I found this thing, I think on TikTok or whatever. It's Miller High Life. It's got to be Miller High Life, and that Aperol Aperol.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just kind of pour some of it in here.
It's
Drink it down to the
I knew
shoulder.
about this before you sent it. Clint that was on the show told me about this one time when we were sitting at the bar, because when I'm at the bar, which is called it's a bar here in Cedar
Sure,
Rapids,
yeah.
I always get High Lifes, and he's like, "Have you ever had a spaghetti?"
Okay.
Kind of a Wisconsin thing, but it's called a spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
So
Okay.
you drink the neck off of the High Life, and you put some Aperol in there.
Yeah.
So this is a spaghetti.
This is a spaghetti.
Okay.
So,
Well,
cheers.
I can't see this being bad because this is the champagne of beers. I enjoy it, and Aperol is good. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, now we're back on the right page.
thank God. Yeah. That literally
that is
washed the
delicious.
sin away in my mouth. Yeah, it's really good. It's just kind of like a,
And it's so simple.
well, because it's not too overly sweet either. Aperol smells so sweet, and it's not.
It's like citrusy sweet a little bit, but
Yeah.
then it also has some bitter.
Yes.
I've never had it before. I've just heard about the Aperol Spritz, so we have to put that on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do one of those sometimes because I'm not a champagne or wine person, so I've never really gotten into anything that has those in it. So know
I agree. I'm not
spritzers are typically champagne, I think, right?
The bubblies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or sparkling wine. Yeah.
No, then you get bubble gut. I don't like that.
Yeah.
No.
I've never been a big champagne guy, but every
I
now
haven't
and then I
either.
will. But
I mean, I get
so
mimosas.
you feel
are
like
cool.
have it a couple times a year,
Yeah.
New Year's
Fuck,
Eve. Or
I don't even like
something.
mimosas. I just want a screwdriver instead.
Right.
I would, if I'm going to have that much sweet, I'm just gonna have a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Bloody Marys?
Yeah.
I fucking never did, and then I just in the last couple years
Flip the switch.
decided these are delicious, especially if they're I like it spicy.
Okay.
And now, granted, we've all been to like some hole in the wall where it's like not very good at all. It's just like they went, there you go.
Right.
That's
yeah.
not good.
But then you've been to other places where it's
oh,
like,
God.
they care about how good this is and the amount of food that comes with it. You know, that's
Oh, my
stuffed in it
God,
in some
yeah.
of those places.
Watch, I mean, the easy way, especially at like a hole in the wall, like if somebody else orders one, watch what they use.
Yeah.
If
Yep.
it's like shitty mix, then
Well,
don't order.
shitty mix, and then like
Like they're putting fucking Clamato in it. And
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, thank you.
and that's it. Vodka, Clamato, and then they stick a celery stalk in it and be like, there you go. And you're like, ugh, tomato water. Awesome.
What do you have?
Now,
What do
if
you
they
put
bring
in
out
yours?
the
So
If you were going to make it at home, like if you were going to
Yeah,
make
that's
it,
a good
like, and you
question.
had it, like, what would you do?
I will give a shout out before I do that to two places. So one, there's a place, like if you have to go to a bar in Pella, there's a place called the Peanut Pub.
Okay.
They have the best Bloody. I think they got voted on like some GMA or something like that. The best
wow.
one. And this was a few years ago, but Marty's the owner. He makes them all. He makes all the mix from scratch. And it was big during COVID and all that because they would sell it to go. And it's the best one I've ever had. But the best person I've ever had make one is our buddies Bobby and Charlie. Charlie makes it from like all fresh vegetables from the garden. So he uses like jalapeno juice and, you know, obviously a little bit of pickle juice. And it was the best one I've ever had. So I try to mirror his. It's never as good, but I try to use like a good vodka. And then as far as a mix, like I don't make my own. That would be way better. I think he does. But then it's all about jalapeno juice is huge for me.
Okay.
And then a little bit of wash your sister sauce. And then like obviously some pickle juice too. And then I'm good. I usually do a lot of pepper and then a little bit of hot sauce.
Do you put anything in yours though? You
Like,
know, like celery,
like food.
Yeah.
Condiments.
I mean, whatever
What are
I
the
have.
condiments?
Yeah. I mean, I think the big thing is like I think there should always be a beef stick and then like a couple cheese cubes and an olive, and I'm good. I mean, a pickle's
Always be a
good.
pickle spear.
And a pickle, yeah.
Pickle spear is critical.
Number
if you
one
have
for me.
nothing else has to be a pickle
See,
spear.
but everywhere I go, the pickle's shitty. And I know it sounds stupid, but if it's all like floppy and like I don't know.
But when you get a good one, it's like I could
When
just
it's crisp
like almost
and-
like use it as dipping sauce.
Yes.
Like
I don't
eat a
even
pickle
care if
that
it's
way, like,
floppy because it gets like it's going to get that way in the
Soaked
Bloody
in.
Mary anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about biting into one and it not like having a crispness to it that it weirds me out.
I'm with you.
You're a fucking bougie pickle eater.
Apparently, yeah. The one thing I'm bougie on.
I'm with you though. Number one, it's got to be the pickle. It's got to be. If there's nothing else, it's got to have pickle.
I
on
like
it.
the beef stick.
I've been one where they have like a piece of bacon in there. That's
Yeah.
I mean, but bacon's good on everything in my opinion. I am not an olive person. I don't care if it's blue cheese stuffed or not. Like I have wanted to be. I've tried to be. I just fucking hate them.
Yeah.
I
That's
like dirty.
most
I like
people.
dirty martinis, but I don't.
You
like
do?
olive. Yeah, I'll
Really?
drink dirty martini all the time.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Like-
I don't like green olives, but I fucking love black olives.
Yeah.
And those don't really go in a bloody. So it's like I just choke down the green one that's usually on there and then
Or
call
like
it
the
good.
get the blue cheese stuffed ones or like
Yeah.
the fancy ones of those things, and
Olives are an
I have
overpowering taste.
I have tried to commit to because I wanted to be an olive and just can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't mind them being in a Bloody Mary and like the flavor of them in there. I just give the olive to my wife.
You just won't
'cause
eat it.
She
Yeah.
loves green olives, so I just like, here you go.
There you go.
So like some olive juice is fine. Like, just like
Yeah.
added, but yeah.
Actually, it's really good in a Bloody Mary.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
I just think the biggest thing is something with, even if you don't like it spicy, add a lot of pepper to it or something. Because it's very bland. God, I was somewhere recently, like within the last couple months, and it was when we were in St. Louis. I'm not going to shout out the name because I'm not trying to bash or anything, but we went to some nice breakfast place and I got one and it was just awful. It was just tomato water. It was the most boring. It was, I couldn't even finish it. I drank maybe a quarter of it and I was like, I'm good.
See, and part of me feels like if you're gonna do Bloody Marys, you got to do them right. Otherwise, just don't even offer it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're
Because
just
it's
gonna
more
do,
disappointing.
Yeah, if you're gonna do this little half-ass mix, then just don't do Bloody Marys.
Well,
Like,
and
'cause you're not really into it. You know?
I also don't want that watered down bloody with like a hamburger on top and all that shit. Like give me a good fucking bloody.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
need all
so
the other
crazy,
shit on
isn't it?
top that they put on it. Like it's fine and that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But like
It's a
the drink that I ordered should be the star.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
So there was a place recently, I'm not going to say where it was, but they did it big and it was like a gallon of it. And then there was a full deep fried roasted like rotisserie chicken sticking out of it. And then like, this is a place you guys know very well.
Like
and they did it,
$100
they did it
for
on for Iowa games. And it's like, it was, but yeah, you split it between like 6 people. It was a good idea. And everyone was raving about it online. I was like, man, they're going to sell out of those. Cause they only made a handful of them every game or whatever. And they didn't sell. So, cause usually like if you look online, people go nuts for that stuff. I'm like, that seems like a lot of work.
Huh.
I don't want to cut up
price and quality will get you every time. Like
Yeah.
if you don't make a good quality thing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the chicken and all that shit was good, but
Oh
might
yeah,
have just
it
been
looked delicious.
like I'll
too
just
much.
order a chicken if I went.
Yeah. And some of that, yeah. I'll take the pickle. Let's go there. But then I'll just order my burger.
You
know
can
what I
have,
mean?
you
Or
can
I'll
have the
just- yeah.
pizza that's sticking out of it, and I'll take the pickle.
So
right.
I will not say that I am in any way a Bloody Mary, magician or anything. I've known many people that make them way better than I do. But one little secret that I found, instead of the wash your sister sauce, if you have a little A1,
Okay.
throw some A1 in there. It gets the pepperiness and it's a little bit thicker.
You know what I wish? I wish
love
you would have did fucking A1 in that drink instead of goddamn washer, because I love A1. I don't know if you know this, but it's how steak is done. So
licking the cup.
dude, I
I
remember
the
as a
problem is I
kid-
never have it because I'm
don't
like
either.
appalled if you put A1 on my steak
I am
because I cooked it wrong. Then.
Yeah.
Like
I haven't owned A1 as an adult ever, but I remember as a kid we had A1, and as a kid I loved it, and even now I know
It's
it
so
tastes good, and
It's so good.
I'd way rather do a shot of that than what you fucking gave me.
all right, challenge accepted.
bud.
Yes.
I will find a shot
I
with
would-
A1.
Done.
Man, the more and more we do this, the softer and softer I realize you are, man.
Hey, you know what? I bruise like a peach, Sean. Leave me alone. I'm a little bougie on the inside, okay?
That's why we had to make our high lifes pink tonight.
Right, man?
Goddamn right, dude. And
Is
that's,
that manly enough for you? Good to go
and
there?
that's why
Yeah.
we have pink and purple colors on us right
exactly.
now. That's the kind of men we are.
So I thought, if you remember from last week, I forgot my phone, and
You did.
Ben had sent us a text message about wondering if things were still cool. I thought we should start.
Yeah,
with
now's
that.
a good
You
time
with
for
that?
it. And shout out to everyone that listened last week. And so we got a ton of good feedback last week. So John, if you're listening, we really appreciate being on.
Yep. Yeah, good job, buddy. I know you were nervous, but everybody had good things to say.
Well, and I feel like he has a whole nother episode worth of stories.
Oh my God.
Right.
So.
Easily. Yeah.
Okay. So the one thing we did talk was mopeds, right?
Oh, yeah.
We talked about that.
So funny enough, Matt, we're on the text. Matt sent us a moped today. He's like, this one's for sale if you boys want it.
He's going to check it out. I'd be curious if that thing.
I know. And I'm not kidding.
Not.
Part of me was like, that's not that bad. I could buy that.
Okay.
Okay. So if we do buy it, we got to see if all three of us can fit on it.
First of all, there's zero chance that happens. Even if we did, we would just bottom it out and break the shocks in it instantly.
Okay, so dude, when I went to India, that like you would see this all
that's
whole
true.
families on these things, like mopeds and motorcycles, like 5-6 people on these fucking things.
They have to like reinforce the shocks. I mean,
They're
no
probably
way.
built better there. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But.
I mean, their whole family's lighter than the three of us.
That's
so,
a good
like,
point
you know,
too.
Get together.
A family of 5 and they weigh like 205.
I will say my boss and I sat in one of the tuk-tuk. It's like a cart thing that takes people. There would be 6 or 7 people there in it. The two of us, shoulder to shoulder, took up the whole thing, like in the back seat.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
yeah.
Hey,
Just built different.
us Americans are corn fed.
Built different. All right. Axe throwing.
Oh God.
It was hot for a minute, but did you ever do it twice, or have you ever said, I really need to go axe throwing tonight?
I'll take things that have never been said for 500.
Right.
No, I went once. And
Yeah.
it was super fun.
Yeah.
And I never felt like I had to go again.
Like
I think we did talk about that one on one of the previous ones because
No,
we
we
talked
did-
about the spear. I threw a
we
spear
talked about
and
it
stuff.
afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we just talked
it
about
wasn't-
it. We
my
weren't
bad.
recording. So
Sorry.
So yeah, I remember being so excited when all those bars started opening up.
Yep.
The axe, I'm like, that's gonna be badass. And we went and did it. And same thing, I was like, this is dumb. Like, I mean, after like the third time throwing, I was like, now what do we do? Like, I mean,
They need to add more pizzazz. So it's like, I mean, some of them, it's just, you just throw them and you go grab them and then you throw them. And then like other ones, like they kind of give you ideas for games you can do with like the target and whatever. That's a little bit better, but it's still, you do it once and you don't feel like you ever have to do it again.
yeah, I just didn't feel, I was like, okay.
Yeah. I'm glad I did it, but now I know.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because now you look and you do see them closing constantly. And I don't ever want that for a business, but
No.
I think Ben had a really good point. You just don't see it continuing.
Did you ever do it twice?
So that was my thing. And I want to talk about Eric's thing because that's different. Like,
say,
if give me cool shit to throw and I'll change it up. But when we went, they were like, hey, we have leagues starting soon. And I was like, oh, I could do a league. And then like, that was before I threw it. Then I stayed there for an hour throwing them and I was like, nah, I don't need to do a league.
I don't feel like this is going to be, yeah. But Eric, you had a
I
very
could see the
different
appeal if it was like, because it's kind of like darts in the concept, right?
Sure.
You're trying to score points and get better in all those things, but I don't know. I'd rather throw darts.
Yeah.
So, what I had said when we talked about this previously was that like I went to a place in Des Moines and they had, it's a curated experience. They manage a game. They play all kinds of these games. Like you can play the kind of dart type of game, but you can also play stuff where it's like, you can only score points if you hit the blue dot. They like do things where it's like you have a team and the team is trying to get to a certain score. And so like as a team, you're trying to add up points. So
like land on the number, like so
like
you're
or like this round you can only score points on this and like just different things.
Well, that makes it more like darts.
Yeah,
'cause
and
it's
they're like curating it. There's somebody there helping you. It's not just like, oh, do you know how to throw?
Right.
Okay, cool. Don't stab your partners or whatever. Like
'cause
that's kind of what the other ones.
I think
do.
when we went, the only person working was at the front desk, and it was like there's the bays, and they also sold beer and stuff. But I think that person was the only one working. Like they were like, there you go,
Yeah.
and which was fine because it's pretty simple. But
We had some other people working, I know, when we did it, but I felt like we were just hitting the bullseye, like the center over and over. And I'm like, pretty soon, like I just kind of got good at hitting. I'm like, all right, I don't really need,
cool.
I don't need to
I
do
could
this
kill
anymore.
anybody.
Yeah,
What do
like,
I do now?
Well, and I think
and it's not like I'm good. It's just not that far. After you figure out like darts,
Yeah.
release this way and it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like kind of a deal.
well, and I think some people do just enjoy throwing no matter what for
Sure.
a period of time, but they don't go back week after week. To do
Right.
that.
Right.
The other thing that this place in Des Moines does is like you can throw other things. Like they had immediately for anyone that came, it was axes, but there was different styles of axes. So there's like the, like workshop hatchet. And then there's like an actual throwing hatchet that's much lighter and spins and has multiple points. And
All right.
they had throwing knives, throwing stars. Like all of that was kind of open to everybody.
You give me ninja stars and some smoke bombs, I'll stay there for a
The
couple.
ninja stars are so much fun to
Yeah,
throw.
I bet.
because you can't fuck up. I mean, you're working on accuracy.
Yeah,
I think I had a
that's the
stroke
thing,
right
and it's
there.
a whole different.
Did you hear that? I was like, my mind was moving so fast, and my lips couldn't keep up.
You were skipping. I was gonna.
God, I do that with my kids all the time, and I'm like, I think I just stroked out, and they just start laughing. It's Jesus. First time on here though. Woo!
That's funny.
That's what Wash Your Sister sauce does to you. Sorry, I didn't mean to, but I heard me going. Anyway, I agree. What I was trying to say is, yes, I think the stars would make me want to come back because then you really are working on accuracy, and they are harder to be accurate with, I feel like, than an axe.
It's
such
totally
a
different
smaller
kind of
thing.
throwing, like knives, stars, the different, all of it's different to throw. Well, then, like we were there and they have a whole wall of like weaponry behind the like salespeople that are up at the cash register where you buy drinks or whatever. And I was up there and I was like, you got a spear. I want to throw that spear. They're like, okay.
Hell yeah. Really?
So I got to throw the spear.
Throw the spear then too.
So how long was the spear and how long is the bag?
The
I'm just
spear,
imagining you like letting go and it went an
Right.
inch. Like,
Right.
So the spear holding it like touching the ground was as tall as me, so 6 foot.
Jesus.
Like, pretty close. And like there is a balance, like you got to get it right in the right spot as far as your hand and release. And
So did
on
they
the second throw, I hit the bullseye. But
Did
it
they
was
show
like,
you? They tell you how to throw it? Or
Yeah,
did
they
you,
kinda help,
Okay.
like-
Okay.
and they were like, we had a bunch of kids there because it was a youth group thing. And they were
Yeah.
like, just you.
you're like, that's
Like,
fair.
And one of the other adults got to throw it too.
Damn.
This
See,
isn't
that'd
built
be
for the
sweet.
juniors here. This is
Yeah. They were like,
All right.
yeah, it's just not like we don't want it broken, basically.
I'm just imagining it like throwing javelin in track, and so Eric's fucking coming from outside the building like, oh, just,
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah. Like it was an app.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden, like, come out and you're just good to go.
Yeah, it's just him from fucking Ace Ventura when it
Right.
like, goes into the guy's thigh. Oh, yeah.
Don't just stand there, throw me another spear. Which is, by the way, one of the best scenes
Oh my
in
God,
that
dude.
by far.
It's
Totally
so
forgot
good.
about that.
Oh,
I didn't know that the Wachukus were biters. Yeah. God damn, I love that movie
it's
so much.
in the bone. It's in the bone. Oh,
Yeah.
but that and throwing stars. I mean, who hasn't watched if you've watched at least one kung fu movie,
Exactly.
you know.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
that's
It's
smoke
exactly
bombs,
what I
baby.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that place is still open. I bet
Yeah.
that
yeah.
place will probably continue to be. Also, Des Moines is a bigger market, so I get that. But still,
if you had some other things to throw, then it changes up a little bit. Maybe.
Well, and they did like small things too. Like they had an area that's out of the throwing area where kids could like go over there and like dress up as Vikings and stand on a ship and like,
wow.
Yeah, it was just set up for pictures, but
Yeah.
like it's pretty cool.
but they just understood though that like you have to make a whole experience out of it.
Yeah.
Because again, where I went, and I'm not just this place specifically, it was like you walk in, here's your axes, go to the bay, throw them until you're tired of throwing them.
There
So
you
it's
go.
like, and it was fine once. So,
Yeah.
good call, Ben.
It is funny when you said that's exact. I was like, I haven't been back for a second time.
No,
All right,
haven't, and
hold
wouldn't
on.
have even thought of it. I don't think.
Here's a good topic for you guys too. Just based on what you guys have had going on lately, or what you guys did this last weekend. Tent camping. I know we did this from time to time, but I cannot think of a worse way to spend the night right now. Bugs, wet, smells, pack it up, unload the morning shit, reload, weather, just everything you have to do. Like, cause it just feels like you're,
I love Ben, but I'm so mad that like this is coming up at the perfect time that he's going to be absolutely fucking right about
He's
everything we
gonna
talk
be-
about
he's
for the
gonna-
next. Because I don't
you're going to
mind.
validate him on
Oh
everything
yeah,
with this
like
stuff.
he literally like you forgetting to read this next week, and then you're just happen to read it now.
Right.
It feels like I'm being set up, like because I'm like, what the fuck? Because we went and had. We're gonna get to that, but we went to a big show recently. Eric is a fan of this band, St. Paul and the Broken Bones, and me and Kara hadn't heard of it, but we heard him, and I was like, I love this guy. We went and saw it. It was awesome. The show was fucking amazing. We camped, and it sucked. Boy, it sucked. But it was just weather. That's all it was. I mean, it was hot, and that was fine. We set up. We had a really nice tent, but it's basically in a cow pasture. It's not super flat, so we were kind of on a hill. It downpoured during the show, so then we walk back, and it's just swamp everywhere. Yeah. Which was fine for some people. There was a lot of campers and vans and some, but our tent, it didn't go so well. So.
Were you guys straight up on the ground?
No, we had an air mattress.
Well, so it's a tent.
Sure.
But we didn't put like rain, we didn't put an extra tarp down or any of that stuff. Yeah. And it's just on cow pasture.
Yeah. And it rained
and I thought I put it in a good spot, but like several of them. So we had 3 different tents that we set up, but theirs was a little bit more on the hill, and I thought it was going to be good, and I think it probably got more water than I expected.
We expected to step in and be like, it's rained so much, there's probably a puddle at the front of it. That's fine. It was a huge tent. It was just Kara and I. We had a queen size air mattress. But as we get in there, I'm like, man, everything's wet. And then I go to my bag that I thought was in like the safest spot, and it's sopping wet. And I'm like, well, my clothes are fucked. Okay. And then we lay on the air mattress. We're like, well, that's wet. Okay. So it's just like, to the car we go.
Yeah, I felt shitty because I thought we did a good job setting up the rain fly and all that. But like,
it wasn't that.
The other thing I said was like, I put my bag in the truck just because I was like, I have no idea.
And that was
gonna
smart.
Pour through the tent. Or
Right.
But
right.
at least I know the air mattress should be dry, but yours wasn't even that. So I don't know. And it's always a gamble with tent camping.
Yeah. And Eric has tent camped way more than I have. I'm typically give me a camper. You know what I mean? Sure. I don't mind that at all. And I don't mind tent camping, but it's just, we couldn't move the day of the show. It's like it rained, so we dealt with it. And I wouldn't trade it because the show was goddamn awesome. But it was wet. And so we slept in the car, and you wake up in the morning, and then you're just like, God damn it. You're all sweaty and stuck to the leather. Like, like what is going on?
Well, the thing that gets me, like, it feels like it's something you got to do a lot, right? Because there's a lot of shit that goes in. Well, you buy a lot of stuff for it, really. It's like people say, I'll just tent camp. And it's like, by the time you buy the tent, you buy a blow up mattress, you buy, what I mean? Like stuff that you use to cook or whatever, what I mean? It adds up. Like, so
I think of tent camping as you do it on the off times you have to go camping. Like if you are going camping all the goddamn time, I feel like I'd want a small camper. Even one of those like little teardrop pull behinds.
Yeah.
At least you're sleeping well every night.
Sure.
But I never mind tent camping because it's like it's a every now and then type thing, and it's like maybe is it the best sleep for one night? No, but it's fine.
Sure.
Until it monsoons, and then you're fucked. You know what I mean? But that's just a luck thing at that point.
But I mean, I used to love when we were younger because it's going out there with the girls and everything else, and it was like fun.
Well, yeah.
Now that you're getting older, it's like I just can't do it, fellas.
Yeah. I mean, your back does hurt a little bit in the morning, and that definitely happens.
I don't recover as quickly as I used to. But so like the thing the counter to your point is like carrying shit on a bike. You can't take anything big. So
that's true. I mean, you got to remember Eric full on camps from a bike. He takes everything with him that
I don't do it as much as I used to,
but you do it once a year minimum. Cause when you do your big like week long trip,
our week long guys trip, we've been Airbnb and hotels and shit. We're credit card.
You could have just not admitted that. It sounded super fucking cool.
It.
But like I always do at least a day or two of Ragbri, and that's really your only option. Like you don't want to compete with everybody else for hotels on Ragbri.
Yeah, we could have a whole episode on just Ragbri stories. I mean, aside from that, which inappropriate stuff, but I mean, a lot of those guys, they'll just throw like a mattress pad on like a picnic table and pass out, right? Like
that's the best.
That's the best.
Yeah, dude. Like you have a roof over your head, so the rain's not getting you. The airflow is amazing.
Roof? I'm talking about just laying on a picnic table.
No, you find like a pavilion. Like
I
look like a hobo in the city park. Like that's what I do. That's what I do. Is like whatever picnic bench is in the city park, it has a pavilion. Just throw my sleeping pad on top of it. Sheet.
You don't get eaten alive by bugs.
Yeah. Spray yourself down. Throw the sheet over you. Good to go.
Wow. Pretty fucking manly.
I was just gonna say, see, that's the kind of shit where like, no.
Worst thing you have to worry about is like drinking too much and falling off the table in the middle of the night.
Which would definitely happen to me.
See, I'm gonna be honest. I still am more scared of waking up to 1,000 bug bites. I'll take a little CTE. That's fine. No, I do love camping though. Like camping is super fun. I mean, I don't know. Camping in general is fun. It's all just a weather game though. If you go and it's nice, even if it's hot, it's never that bad at night. You sit by a fire with all your buds or whatever. It's fun. It's just rain that sucks. And that's exactly what happened to us.
I just think the heat in the morning. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I used to have a lot of fun doing it. I just don't think
it's passed us by.
Yeah. I just don't think that's cool.
I still like doing it, but I mean, I can definitely see the appeal of just going into a camper instead. But
sure,
yeah,
especially the older I get, I'm like, yeah, I could do that. But
for the things that you do, you can't pull a camper.
I want
on
a
your
camper
bike.
really bad, but I really do want a small one. Like I want it just to sleep basically. Or if you want to go in there and like watch your phone and whatever, air conditioning, tiny fridge, you're good. But I'm like, other than that, you want to be outside.
Yeah, and most time when you do that, that's what you're doing.
It's weird to me, and I'm not making fun of anyone, but those people with these campers that they like set them up and it's just a house on wheels and then they sit inside of it all day. I don't understand it.
Right.
Because I'm like, that's your house, only less amenities. I don't understand what we're doing here. So, but to each their own.
I don't know. I suppose it could be pretty cool. Like some of those guys that leave them like year round though, that just park them somewhere and then like that's almost like their second home. Yeah, I mean that's a little different.
Yeah.
But even then, like you should be out by a campfire and doing some camping stuff.
And I've met so many older couples that not even old, but like, 50s, and they do it and they're just sitting inside all day. And it's like, all right.
Watching TV, the same thing that you would do in your own home anyways, but yes. Yeah.
Cooking on a much smaller stove and doing laundry in like a little pod because that's all you have. I'm like, what the fuck is the appeal of this?
What are we doing here?
Yeah. So anyway.
All right. So those were the two that we forgot. So I thought they were they were worth definitely bringing them back.
Oh
up here
God.
again.
Yeah.
So
that's good to explore.
With that being said, I realized we just kind of skipped over the weekend part.
I know. And what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, oh my God. But real quick, I had to say, I went to Room 40 here in town. It's fucking so good. Have you guys been there yet?
What's it
Room
called?
40?
Yeah, room for these nuts in your mouth.
I knew.
Sorry, I tried to get my son with that, and he knew something was up. So I was like, I'm going to try it here.
Room 40?
That's a good one. Josh Allen did it, too. Is that how you saw it?
Yeah.
It was like a TikTok of Josh Allen trying to get some people doing it. And he's like, and they're like, what's it called again? He's like, Room 40. And they're like, Room 40? He's like, room for these nuts in your mouth.
But he was like telling them where's the best buffalo wings in Buffalo.
Yep. So he's like, he's such a bro with everything. So he's got like 90 ways to get people with just those alone.
Right.
And then when they were golfing, I saw one where he's in a golf cart with somebody and they golf like you have to drink with your
left hand.
And
Your
if
left
they
hand,
catch you holding it in the other hand, it's like you got to slam the
chug
beer.
it. You have to finish it.
I'm like, dude, some people are going to be toast by the fourth hole. You know what I mean? So,
and he's so good at it that he's just used to doing it. And so everyone that does it with him is just constantly.
it's so natural to him. Yeah.
I just saw one where he was golfing with Phil Mickelson.
Really?
And he changed Phil's rangefinder. Like
oh my God.
Changed it to like metric or some shit. So it was way off.
And he still beat his ass.
Well, yeah, but he got him for like a hole, like the one hole he was fucked up. He was like, what is wrong with this? Like,
well, if you follow Phil, like he like literally follows, he knows his club so well that everything is yardage based. Like, okay, I'm going to hit it this high and this far, and that's what's going to happen. So I can see him being like, what the fuck happened?
First of all, I can't fathom being that good at golf where I'm like, oh, this yardage means this club every time. I don't even need to think about it. Like,
you mean like not hitting the ball and going, fuck?
Oh, yeah. Mine is only straight to the right. You betcha. Right into the woods. So, yeah.
No matter how much you turn this way, it still finds those
I've
things.
tried that on those fucking simulators. Like, I'm just going to stand this way. Same thing. I'm like, I give up. This is stupid. This game sucks. I think it was Nick sent me like a TikTok today. It said something like, nothing like a sport that makes you spend $80 every weekend just to make you mad and frustrated and drunk going home or something like that. I was like, that's literally golf in a nutshell. Yeah. So how was your weekend?
It was good. We had a really good weekend. So for our league baseball, it's kind of starting to wrap up. We only have one more.
Really?
Yeah, we only have one tournament left, which is the state tournament. But our league had its finishing tournament. And so we had to play, on Tuesday. And then we were supposed to play again on Thursday, but it's really hard to get fields like at a short notice because we didn't know it was a tournament. So you didn't know who you were playing, who was going to be home. So you didn't know. So we were able to get a field on Friday. And then we had to win that one to play on Saturday. the boys actually played fantastic, and we just got beat by 1 run at the end.
Oh, see, that's
And
not even that. Yeah,
But the boys played so good. Like from where we started at the beginning of the year, I mean, we were getting beat 15-3. I mean, we were just getting clobbered.
yeah,
And now our last 4 games, 5 games, we're in it. Like every time, it's coming down to 1 run here. You know, they might be the home team, so they get the last chance to bat, and it's just beating us. Or, you know, one of them, they beat us by like 3, but they got 3 in the last inning. You know what I mean? It was just kind of one of those deals. And so the boys are like playing fantastic. So it's been a lot of fun, because I'll be honest with you, I don't care about winning. I never have, only from the standpoint of that they're young. That's not the most important. The most important part is that you're learning and you're going to get better, because there's plenty of teams that just all they want to do is win. So they don't really coach. They don't really develop kids. They don't really, you know what I mean? They don't teach them any of that stuff. So all of a sudden our kids are doing things now. We don't have to tell them not to do anymore. They're getting to that point where they know when they get a ball, they got to go here, they got to go there. You know what I mean? Which is everything we've been coaching. And so like the coaches and I were talking about, like, it's so much fun to watch it now, because they're doing it, as opposed to us feel like you're saying it over and over and over.
just drilling the fundamentals.
Or like in the beginning of the year, it's like we're getting killed, but it's like we're just beating ourselves. Like we're throwing things in the wrong place. Nobody's where they need to be, you know.
Forgot what out it was.
Yeah. So needless to say, it's been a lot of fun. Like, and the boys are getting revived, and it's been really great the last few weeks. And we just came up short, and so be it. That's fine. But it came all the way down to the end. Yeah, I mean, it really was the last play. They hit one and scored, and so we lost it.
Which sucks, but it's so much fun for the kids to get to those moments where it's like we're this close to pulling it off.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, how'd the kid who like missed the last one do? You know, because that's another learning experience, right? It's like it was on the line and I didn't do it. You know, like
so it was Cooper. I mean, Cooper took a little bit. Like he played a great game, but he was pitching. I mean, we ask a lot out of Cooper, and he was catching, and then he pitched really well, and he was going in the second inning. He ended up giving up quite a few runs. And we ended up pulling him out and putting someone else in. And most kids would kind of go down, and I mean, you would get pulled out. It's pretty embarrassing. You know what I mean? You don't like to do it. And we put him at third, and literally the next play, he made this amazing like stop and throw out to get us out of the inning. And then it went to the next one, and we had a different kid pitch. But really, Cooper was kind of the ones that gave him up, but he
got back on the horse.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, he didn't do anything wrong. They weren't bad. We teach him, you got a whole team around you. Let's throw strikes. Like this, we're not like throw strikes, let them hit the ball, and let's play defense, and we'll get you out of it. They hit a couple good shots, and that's just baseball. Like, you know what I mean? We'll take it. You know, the other team did good with it. And so it was hard to, because the worst thing you can do is we got in this before where then they'd be trying so hard to strike them out that they'd end up walking them.
Yep.
And then we just walk the bases loaded and then walk them in. It's like, well, this is dumb. They're just scoring because, so it's like, just throw strikes, you know, like get it to where they can hit the ball. That's what we want them to do. And so he did good though. I mean, he had a huge game really. So it was just kind of those things. And he could take
a lot from someone.
Yeah. And after catching. So he was after catching. So he was taking, but he, I mean,
hold on. I want everyone to know that's how good Cooper is. He's pitching and catching at the same time. He's a fucking stud.
Yeah, no, he's a good kid.
Yeah,
so
he's
needless to say, we got beat Friday, so then we didn't have to play Saturday. So we decided to have like an impromptu kind of team party. We were going to do it on Sunday at our house, you know, have all the boys out to swim because we were going to be in a tournament on Saturday. Well, since then we didn't make it, we moved the party to Saturday, and the whole team came over. And it was a blast. Hold on,
kids and parents?
Kids and parents. It was a blast. And anybody out here listening that's in youth sports, you know, parents, like, it takes a lot. If you want good kids, obviously, you know, but then parents can ruin it too if you don't have good parents. And we have good parents that get along. It's a fun group. Yep. Everybody kind of chips and does it, you know. And so, like, I was like, I'm going to make burgers and brats. Come on over, bring a side dish. Everybody brought stuff. You know, we were sitting around all afternoon. The kids were either down at the lake or in the pool, you know, running around. Dads and coaches were sitting there drinking, you know, and moms were too, you know, everyone's kind of hanging out, having fun. And then pretty soon it kind of got to be like, we got to show these boys what's up. So cannonball time, you know, then all of a sudden it becomes a bunch of dads jumping in to see how big splashes we can make. Pretty soon it's out of control. We're jumping all over the place, just getting these splashes going. And we have this ball. And it's the boys versus us and keep away. So it's all the coaches, like,
Oh,
we're
God.
keeping the ball away from them. They're jumping on us, same thing. And then a coach is jumping in and splashing. And it was like, Ashley's like, at one point she was on the side going, oh my God, is this going to end? Please just stop this before somebody gets hurt.
Because she was watching going, we're going to have to fill half the pool tomorrow.
It was, but it was such a blast. And just, it was just a lot of fun. The kids had fun. We got done with it. And they're like, the end of the night, they're like, that was so awesome. And asked, I was like, what was your favorite part? The keep away game was the best. You know what I mean? Because they were just some of those kids are getting to be big boys. They'll push you over. Like one kid's like grabbing me by the neck. I'm like, oh.
It's hard to fight them off, man.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it used to be. So it ended up being a really great, fun time. And like I said, we're lucky to have that stuff. And so it was kind of the go time here because then, we do 4th of July this weekend and then state the following weekend. And then we're done. And
that's it.
A lot of people
state at?
Here in Cedar Rapids.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So normally it
I
rotates.
figured like Des Moines because you said state.
It rotates between Des Moines and Cedar Rapids. It just depends on like your age and what level you're at. It just kind of rotates to where you're at. And we're lucky enough it's in Cedar Rapids, so we don't have to go get hotels or anything like that. But it'll be good because then baseball takes up so much of everyone's summer that most of our team has trips planned. Everyone's going out of town after that.
I was just going to
make
say,
up for summer.
Then everybody gets at least part of their summer. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
so they get their summer back, and a bunch of people are gone. So it's like, well, we kind of had to have to get together.
Yeah.
For that, and so
Yeah.
so it
That's
worked out real well. So it was.
I was going to say,
fun.
like, as much as, we've talked about, like, oh, it sucks getting bounced or whatever, but if you're going to, have a backup plan.
Yeah, we
And
turned
boy,
it
did
into
that
a good
work out.
thing. We turned, and it was so hot on Saturday.
Dude.
We were sitting there, and I'm like, it's not the worst thing that we got
No.
beat. And we're not sitting out there and, just baking our asses off.
Yeah, it was hot, man. Like, we went to the pool. Well, we had to go. We had to go to a baby shower Saturday. That was at the pool, and you could have got in, but we didn't because we knew we were coming back later. But it wasn't that bad. I mean, I was hot, but then like the sun broke, and I was like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like drenched in sweat. I'm like, it was terrible out. So I mean, I can't imagine at that point what it felt like.
Yeah, we were getting ready for everyone to show up, and picking up all the stuff and doing whatever and setting up some extra tables and chairs. And I'm just pouring down. You know what I mean? It's like, and it was like everyone, we were like, come over anytime after 2. Well, nobody wants to be there right at 2, but I'm like, I'm getting in. I'm fucking dying. So just by the time I dive in, then all of a sudden people start showing up. I'm like, son of a bitch. All right, let's go. But no, it was a blast, and our very lucky, very blessed to be around these kind of kids and to have the parents that we had. It's I know a lot of people don't get that experience. Some people get the experience of winning a lot more games than we did, but I'll tell you, not everybody gets the experience that we got of a good close group of good kids and family. And it's like, it is really
I was going to say, man, because even those ones that are winning a lot, there's a lot of kids on those teams and parents that are not happy. And you can see it. You can see it all over the it's just like, it was worth this, but was it worth it? It's like, okay, well, you got your little ring or whatever, but are the kids happy? Did they learn a lot? I mean, it's so much bigger than that. And you know that, but.
So we're joking that we're hoping we're the Bad News Bears and we're going to go do save it all for state and then make a run at
some shit. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I love a good Cinderella story.
Yeah. So, but other than that, it was
excited
a good,
to hear about it.
Good deal.
Yeah. What about you, Eric? How was your weekend?
I was good. Same sort of deal. I kind of just pool as much as possible and staying cool. I mowed like all day on Sunday, so I could do all the stuff that I should have been doing through the week. But
I did see a naked video of you. That's true. Just kidding, kind of.
I do like to
refreshing shower beer that was
post
had
my
there.
shower guns.
Yeah.
Dude, after that much mowing with that much sweat, everyone deserves a shower beer.
Right.
Erin didn't even look at it like twice. Sometimes she gives me that side eye, like, "Oh, you need a beer in the shower." She was like, "Nope, go for it."
It's so, dude, it was that was a bad weekend. That's why, like, as mad as.
Did you pee in the shower after you had your beer? That's
fuck. All right, where's the dad joke? I'm done. No, I'm kidding.
I don't pee and tell.
Bullshit. Yeah. No, but I mean, like, so you went to the show, and I just wanted to say thank you again because, it was a band we had never heard, and God damn, dude, it was seriously, I've been to quite a few concerts. It was one of the best shows. I will say this, for anyone, guess who I ran into there?
Who?
Bibby.
Oh, really?
I got a picture with him, yeah. I waited to tell you. Yeah, I saw him, I saw Marnie, and then Marnie texted me, and she said, like, oh, did you see the rest of the All Saints crew? I'm like, I saw Bibby. She goes, yeah, and I think she said Amanda was there. and someone else, but I was like, no. But it's dude, it's such an awesome venue.
Where was it at? Where are you guys?
So it's called Codfish Hollow, and
Yeah.
it's in Piccata.
Okay.
And it's this massive barn, which doesn't sound that overwhelming or it sounds underwhelming, but like they've made it acoustically sound. It sounds so good inside.
Okay.
Gets a little toasty, you know what I mean? But
everything got hot
I
this
think
week,
it just happens to be like it was an old barn and it just happens to sound amazing.
And that's
acoustically. Like you look at it, it looks like it was built
it's
100 years ago plus.
I just figured they added in some sort of like soundproofing or something because it sounds
I don't know.
fucking incredible.
I'll have to
It's
ask some
weird.
people, but like it does sound amazing. But it's all wood and like they don't build them like this anymore.
No.
If
Sure.
you look at it the way that it's structured.
It's just a long like hay barn, basically.
Yeah.
and it
it's
really is
cool.
in the middle of nowhere where you got to camp.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, pretty much you got a camper drive home. I guess it
Yeah.
depends.
It's 10, 15 minutes outside of Piccata on a gravel road.
Okay.
Like
I'm just excited to go back, you know, and just hope there's a band I like because I just want to go back.
Sure.
The whole place is nice. I mean, you talk about going somewhere where like there's food trucks and stuff, well priced. I think Tall Boys Bush Light were $5.
Oh
Like,
man,
you're like, what the hell is going on here? Like, I'm
Seriously?
I should be paying.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so awesome.
it's cheaper at some of the restaurants.
Everyone
right now.
was cool.
Wow.
Yeah, we just constantly ran into people we knew. We saw Grant from Dimensional. We saw Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just you'd love it. So I'm really excited to go back.
Road trip.
Well, yeah, and I can tell like so at every show they do like they make like a wood placard of who came or whatever. And going into we went down to the bottom looking at merch and stuff like that when it started. And even some of the old bands that came there years ago, like Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats, like that's one of my favorite bands. They came there, I don't know, 10 years ago. Now they're huge.
Sure.
But it seems like they have a very good track record of people go through there and go on to bigger and better things. Yeah. So
how much you spend at the merch tent? Did you give your son a run for his money?
no, I spent $4 on a handkerchief because I was that sweaty that I needed a sweat rag. It was hot as fuck.
Wasn't sure if you got a jacket or anything.
No. They didn't have any $350 sweatshirts. But Logan, if you're listening,
it's a jacket. It's a jacket.
Yeah.
That's the thing though, is like I bought merch. I bought a signed LP
Okay.
from the
Maybe the
band,
better question is how
2
much did you spend?
t-shirts, and it was like $100.
Oh, really?
So, and because I wanted to go get a shirt, but they were selling it. It was all at the end of the show, and we were like, "It's hot."
So
we wanted to get. I wanted to get back to the tent, so I didn't want to go stand in line again. But I knew it was going to be
Yeah, t-shirts were like
priced.
$30, and
Yeah.
the album
the way
was
they're supposed
60.
to be.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So it was awesome.
We'll have to get on and see if we can find one.
I've been singing their songs like nonstop since we left there, and I'm like, Kara's laughing and starting to dance along, but I think inside she's like, I'm gonna kill you if I have to hear that song one more time. Just because, like, you know, if you play something too much and you don't like it anymore, and it like, yeah, so it just cracks me up.
Do you have a different appreciation for them seeing them live?
Yeah, well, so I already liked them from what I heard them. I like really big jam band type things, and you don't get the full scope of that when you listen to like, you know, just on your phone or whatever. But then seeing it with like the brass and all this stuff, and the guy's got the most incredible voice. Like, I think you said it, and I think it was the best way to explain. The guy is like sounds like Adam Levine, only way better.
His
Like, you know how he
falsetto
can
would
hit-
put Adam Levine to shame is what I
Really?
said.
Oh,
Because,
wow.
and I
It's
truly believe
crazy.
that. Sorry, Adam Levine, if you're listening.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck you.
Bet he
Adam. No, I'm kidding.
But I mean, you know, he's kind of known for that. Like he's known for having that voice, like can go super high.
Sure.
This
And-
guy
but
can
then when
crush
someone
it.
has it, you get worried like, oh, is it going to sound like shit live? They're going to like just screech or whatever.
Sure.
No, he's fucking awesome.
Huh.
So it was super, super cool. So
All right.
very fun. Very glad we went.
Well, that's kind of one of those cool places that I'd like to check out. Even, you know, as we've already talked about, I'm not
Wanna go
super into the
camping?
tent camping, but to be it's like an experience to go to something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of say fuck it for the night and deal with it.
Well, and
Yeah.
you know, we can go get a hotel in Piccata.
Well, I was going to say, there's so many
Like,
options.
Sure.
Airbnb, or you can rent campers. You know what I mean? Grab a group of friends, pull the camper down
Let's
there.
get a big dog.
Right? Jesus Christ. You want the mansion?
I do.
I want 19 slides that all come
that'll
out.
come
I'm taking
out,
up the
yeah.
whll cow pasture.
I'd be the opposite. I'd open the whole thing up and then never fucking go in there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's exactly it. I know. It's so weird.
Did you?
I'm going to be back next Friday.
Yeah, this fucking asshole.
What do you
So-
mean?
There's another band that, and I'm
This
thinking
the
about
4th of
this
July?
time. No.
After that.
The following one.
The 11th.
So,
The
so
11th,
but
yeah.
so but think of the math on that. So I'm just gonna tell everyone because I think it's best to be transparent. So the next episode they hear will be a pre-recorded one
Yep.
Why is that?
because we are all out of town. Where are we going, Sean?
We are going to the Teddy Swims concert.
We are going to see Teddy Swims live in Chicago. All of us.
Somebody was beat down. Actually, truth is, they never invited me until I invited myself.
Oh, fuck you. You lying mother. Okay, if anyone's heard of death by 1,000 paper cuts, that's how we broke Sean down. It was just and Ashley was very good about it. Ashley was dying to go, and she's like, actually, fucking Eric's really good about it, too. It'd be like just me and him. He's like, have we talked to Sean about how, like, we might get a little FOMO. It's going to be just us. We might get a lot of podcast material without you there. You know what I mean? Like, we were just coming up with any way we could just sway the scale a little bit. So.
The best had to be when you text me after I was just down getting my boat fixed. Yeah. And you're like,
that didn't go well.
You're like, oh, so this isn't a good time to invite you to the concert? I'm like, no, not really, since I just spent $1,000 on all.
Yeah.
I was like, let me know after you have 12 beers.
Yeah, Then it was a little bit later. He's like, is now a good time to ask? And
Sean's like, this broke. We're down in the Ozarks. I'm like, cool. We'll talk to you at midnight. We'll figure this out.
And then Ashley and I were talking, and we were sitting there, and you guys kept saying things. I'm like, we should just tell them that we're in. Like, how long do we let this go?
Yeah.
Before?
Oh, you guys already knew.
We decided
you
a couple
fucking
days ago
assholes.
that we were going to do it, and it was like, how long can we? How long
Made us go to all that extra legwork for
Man,
that.
I was really proud of my,
You
Oh,
killed
it was
it.
it was
Teddy
still
bear
working.
swimming
Yeah,
gift
you guys.
and-
Yeah,
and-
gotta
I just
hand
told
it to
Eric,
you.
I
That
said,
was like-
I
it
think
was
we've
so good.
got him.
Yeah.
It's just, it's gonna be a time thing. As it gets closer, they're finally gonna be like, we're in.
Yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
we were talking about it anyways. It's like, we're going to go.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because we would have just sat there and been like, I'm not looking at my phone because those guys are going to have
those
so
guys are
much
there.
fun. And yeah,
Yep.
it was gonna be that. So yeah, we had to,
Eric, we did it.
we have to shorten our trip a little bit. We can't be both days. We'll just be on the one, but
Which
yeah.
that's cool. So anyway,
fun.
yeah. So I said that to say, next Tuesday or next Wednesday, the episode will be pre-recorded because of that. So
But we are going to fart around with filming some of the stuff that we're doing, and hopefully that's something that we can start sharing.
yeah.
So-
And we're working to get the Patreon going and throw a lot of stuff up on there.
So it should be, that part should be good. Test it out.
What did you say that brought that up? The concert? Or was it just that, what we're doing on Tuesday? I don't know. Anyway, because the 4th of July is coming up. That's this weekend.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have to talk. Yeah, we'll have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, that'll
Next
be the
recording.
pool party.
Yeah. So because you guys are having a little get together.
We
We're
are.
all coming over for that.
Yep.
The kids-
Pulled pork. Just bought it today.
Sweet.
So we'll be.
I know we're trying to figure out what to bring. I think
It's a
I
beauty,
got some ideas.
beauty of pulled pork. You can bring anything. It goes
No,
along
I know
with
that's
it,
the
so.
beauty of it. Yeah.
Oh.
My kids are doing the thing today. We're like, who's all going? I'm like, all the people you know.
Yeah.
Well, but what kids?
Yeah.
Well, this, and this. Well, can you figure out exactly? I'm like, no, you're going no matter what. Just
Yeah.
it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
We're all
I
gonna have
got
fun.
on the other day, like, I'm sick of that kid saying they don't want to do stuff. I'm like, you're going.
You're going.
You're going to be there for 2 hours. I don't want to hear any complaining.
You're gonna go.
Well,
And
here's
you're going to have fun. They're
Yeah.
going to have fun. But it's one of those, like, I got to, like, force them sometimes to do it.
yeah.
They will
all
have-
the kids love our friends, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like I understand if you get there and you're the only kid, no one else brought kids. That's a little. But also at the same time, everyone includes everyone, and the same thing you're going to do there, even if you're bored, is the same thing you're going to be doing at home. Just-
Well, yeah,
you
I
know what
mean, they can do all that stuff, but then like we have that other little, just that pond or lake down there from us.
oh, you want me to bring Stark?
Well,
No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
that's for a different topic.
Yeah.
But so when we had the baseball team, the boys all like, by that time, they all just went down there to get away from us. Well, it's still close enough that you can see them.
I didn't even think about
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And they can swim and we have life jackets or whatever that we can do some stuff, or
Yeah.
whatever. Or you go down there with them, but then they can be like by us, but then still kind of have their own little deal going on. And
Where
then
kids can
there's-
be
yeah, where
kids
they
and-
can kind of do their own thing. So
yeah.
they'll have fun either way. Yeah. And if they don't, then it's kind of like, well,
Right.
that's a little on you.
Yeah.
there was food and swimming and like you'll be all right.
Yeah.
This is, So,
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel all the time. It's
Yeah.
on you if you're not having fun.
right. Yeah.
It is because I mean, even as adults, like that's what we do. We still get thrown into uncomfortable situations sometimes where it's like we're around someone, a friend of a friend who we don't really know, and I'm like, well, I could make it awkward and just stare at my phone,
Right.
or I can open up the conversation, have a little fun, make some friends.
Why not?
do that whole thing?
You
so
might find a whole new world.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. You're gonna make me sing Aladdin. We just watched it recently.
Do you have a dad joke?
Yeah.
Because I have one.
Oh, you want to do
I
it?
have
I
one?
have one. Yeah.
Okay, I can save mine.
Well, we can probably do two.
Okay.
What do you call a man with no shins?
I know it.
Hold on. No shins?
No shins.
Tony? No,
Yeah,
I don't know. Is it? Okay. God damn it,
Nice,
dude.
you did
Oh.
a good job.
I literally had to imagine
You
a guy and his
bastard.
shins just disappeared. I'm like, and he's on his knees.
You know it
Tony?
because Ashley sent it in.
Oh, I've
She
heard
said
that
it.
one.
Okay,
before,
she
but
said it
yeah.
a while ago. She's like, Eric has not read. I'm like, all right, I will get that baby
I'm
right
glad
out there.
you pulled
Because
that
when
one
she
out.
told me, I'm like, that's fucking great.
I'm just trying to keep, like,
Well done,
I haven't
man.
been doing well, so I'm trying to, I got
Ooh.
really worried on that one. Took too long.
We're gonna start like on the video. I'm gonna put a little stopwatch when you start trying
Oh,
to.
fuck, dude. It's just going to be me pouring sweat, like, You're going to see me glitch out again like earlier.
Kick your chair.
Yeah. Just smack me. Snap out of it, man.
All right.
What you got?
Oh, you want me? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Tony. We can do better than
Yeah. All right. Why was the big cat disqualified from the race?
The big cat,
Mm-hmm.
because he was lying.
that. Ooh, I don't know.
Fuck.
Because he was a cheetah.
He's a
God
cheetah.
damn it. That was close.
The lion's
Son
pretty
of a
good.
bitch.
Lion's pretty good.
I just
yeah.
thought of the first big cat that came to mind. I went with it. Damn it.
I like the cheetah.
Yeah, the cheetah makes more sense.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's what they call Tom Brady. Hey, too soon. Too soon. Well, we'll see
That was
you guys
another pretty
soon.
good one.
Yeah. But again, we will be back. We never miss an episode, so we will have another one
we got
next
one.
week.
Yep,
just a
you'll
pre-recorded one.
have one. It's a good one. It's
And
actually
you know
a really
what?
good
I
one.
just
So.
realized I have a couple emails to read, but we'll get them in the next one.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, again, we talked about real quick a couple things. One, if you have anything you want us to talk about, bring up jokes, anything, email us, as well as anyone out there with a sultry, sexy voice.
Or that can fake a sultry, sexy voice.
Yes,
Yes.
talking to you ladies for the faking. Email us because we have a little promo thing we want to cut. It's just going to be a quick recording, so
Yeah.
let
Feel
us know.
free to send us samples. Record your voice, put it in the message.
Yeah.
Feel free to send us samples.
It'll be okay.
You can do it
We
that
may
way.
or may
You-
not play them on air.
Yeah. It could be just voice. It could be a video. Whatever you want to do. If you don't, let me add a little caveat. If you don't want it read on air, say that because
Yeah, please tell you.
otherwise it's going to be too entertaining for you and all of us to not do it. So yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
You can trust us.
You can trust us. Yeah.
But all right, till next week, man.
Thank you guys. Yeah,
All
we'll
right,
see you soon.
See you guys.
Later.
Bye.